Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Testing, testing, one, two, testing, testing, one, two. All right. Looks like we got audio this time. Sorry for the false start, folks, but we were having audio issues earlier on my first attempt to get this live stream going, but looks like we have audio now, and my apologies for the inconvenience. But anywho, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. You tuned into another episode of Bose 831 Gaming, live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 25. And we're on the Riverbend Springs map, which is one of the 3 base game maps in Farming Simulator 25. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Without much further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. Right now, we're working on some contracts. We're doing a logging contract at the moment. About trying to wrap this bad boy up. If you can, as you can see from, if you're looking at the calendar, we've been playing and playing the game in advancing time off camera, and we're already in the month of January. We kind of rolled through the winter off camera. As you can also see from our operating budget, we've been spending a little money here and there, and our budget is down. I should say back down to paltry $256,000. To a paltry $256,000. We're working on getting our farm's operating budget back up, and that's why we are continuing to work contracts at the moment. We have our animal operations in full effect. We have our fermentation silo going, and I'll get more into that momentarily as to what's been going on with the fermentation silo, because that's our primary production chain that we have right now that is generating income for us. Will potentially be generating income for us per se. At least to a certain degree. Most of what we're going to produce out of the fermentation silo will be used in support of our animals, because the primary purpose of the fermentation silo is to produce the PMR, and in the effort to keep our cows fed. What was all that? Try to clean those logs up. And you guys have been watching this series long enough, you know how the game goes with the logs. And, you know, I'm most of the time pretty good on sticks with the crane, operating the crane on the log trucks. Has some issues here and there, but I'm usually pretty solid on it. Once we get our angles together, usually don't have that many troubles in operating the crane and doing what we need to do as far as the logging contracts are concerned. Usually doesn't take me a whole lot of time to get these knocked out, especially if I have enough trailers and enough space in the trailers. These are usually pretty quick. And in fact, the only reason I'm kind of having some issues and kind of fumbling around now is because I kind of struggle sometimes when I'm talking and operating. I just have to kind of focus and concentrate on what I'm doing. But when I have full concentration, I can knock these out super quick. Not that I'm blaming it on the community and because I'm live streaming while I'm doing it, but just saying talking and operating the crane is a particular set of skills. Still got to work on that most of the time when I'm doing this, I'm doing it off camera and I'm not talking, and I have my mental focus solely on operating the crane, which in turn produces better results. But we got it under control. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, so this around that bad boy. Just gotta make sure I get the logs up over the edges of the trailer there. We got it under control. Just earning a little quick cash before we advance the month. We're still in the winter months. January is like the third winter month because you really have the months. Well, actually, this is the second winter month because you have December, January, and then February are your typical your 3 seasonal months in game where you typically experience winter. You might get a little snow. We kind of rolled right through the snow in December off camera, and the snow in January. So far we've had a warmer January, actually a sunny January, so we haven't had that much had any snow in January, but we did have quite a bit of snow in December. We'll look at the forecast right in just a bit to see what weather we could expect going forward. But as we roll from January into February, we'll just take a look at the calendar moment here. And first thing first, I want to do is go ahead and get this logging trailer loaded up so we can go ahead and finish this logging contract as quickly as possible and move on to some other things, because I don't want to turn tonight's episode completely into a full episode of working contracts. Let's see if we're able to work that back. You want to go down, I want you to go back before you go down. I don't know why it's doing that number. Let's see if we can kind of, nope, still trying to, so maybe if I turn it and then it'll go back. Yeah. So sometimes you got to trick the crane into doing what you want it to do. Let's do something different. All right, so we got 2 more logs, and then we'll be strap these down and be ready to roll. So let's get these 2. Plow set up right. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, there we go. Got those logs. And we got a few things to talk about between, there's a lot of things that happen between tonight's episode and Wednesday's episode. If you recall, Wednesday's episode was the first episode post the Farming Simulator 25 1.5 patch. The patch was supposed to resolve a lot of game issues that a lot of players have been experiencing with the game and so on and so forth, but as is always the case, and I kind of alluded to because I do some of this work in my day job sometime, rolling out a patch introduces new bugs as a result of the patch, and that was the case with some users. Also, rolling out a patch does not always resolve the issues that cause the patch to be rolled out in the first place. So you had a number of players that still are experiencing issues since the update, and some players that experienced new game-breaking issues after the patch was rolled out. So Giants quickly rolled out another patch after the first patch update. They did another hotfix, and it was the original patch was 1.5, and then they did a 1.5.0.1 update quickly after that, and that was rolled out I think like on a couple of days after the 1.5 patch was rolled out, and it was rolled out to PCs almost immediately, and then a quietly rolled out the consoles in the days following that. So whether you're playing on PC or console now, you should be running version 1.5.0.1 of the game, and latest update is supposed to have resolved or fixed some of the issues that people were having as a result of the 1.5 patch and some other subsequent bugs that were introduced with the 1.5 update. So that's kind of where we're at now. Not saying again that the game is running perfectly for everybody that owns the game, but the experience should be improved as a result of the latest patch for most players. My experience has been, for the most part, I haven't experienced a large number of issues. I still have experienced a few minor issues. Mine mostly being game stuttering. After the 1.5 patch, I did have an issue with my rollers, just out of all things, getting stuck in the ground on one of my fields. I don't know what that was all about, but I had to reset the roller to the shop and then go back out in the field. But that happened a couple of times before I was finally able to reset the roller and get it to work normally. Since the 1.5 update, the only thing I've had is a little bit of occasional game stuttering, but nothing major yet. Haven't had any crashes so far, so far so good since the 1.5.01 patch. So keep my fingers crossed on that. As you know, the update also introduced a performance mode on consoles, and I'm currently running in the non-performance mode. So I'm running at the highest settings possible on my particular console of choice, which is the Xbox Series X. I have not encountered any major performance issues other than the occasional game stuttering, and that's been about it. But it has not made it where the game is unplayable. And as you can see graphically looking at, I also turned on HDR because additional HDR features were added to the game as well, and I'm running HDR now. And as you can see graphically, I think this game is looking as beautiful as ever. I really see the difference now. It's just a slight graphical improvement from what it was previously, and I really love it. I'm running HDR and in the highest graphical fidelity that's possible currently on the Xbox Series X, and in my humble opinion, it really looks really good. Really good. But again, sometimes depending on what you're doing and how many things you're running and what's going on in the game, it can still get, the performance can get choppy sometimes, and that's the only issue I've kind of been experiencing since this last game update. But it has not made the game unplayable for me. So far, I've been pretty happy with the game performance since this last patch and update to the patch. So from what I've been reading online, I can't say that that's been everyone's experience, but this has just been my experience so far on the Xbox Series X console. And if you want to read up additional information on the patch and patch notes and all that, my suggestion is to go to the Farming Simulator website. You can see all the detailed information about the latest patch and the 1.5.0.1 update subsequent to the patch. All right, that being said, let's roll on over here to double check something real quick. All right, so we just completed that contract. Our bank balances are now up to a wonderful $256,679. Let's go ahead and complete this contract. and that's all we have active been available right now. I'm not messing around with dead wood contracts. They're a waste of time to me. So let's see. And again, we've been doing a number of things off camera. We've kind of worked contracts in between the months of November, December, and as you can see, we're on day 2 in January. Also, what I wanted to get to that I alluded to earlier is some stuff I was doing with the fermentation silo. Let's just jump in here and I can show you what's been going on and we can discuss. Because the OCD side of my brain caused me to have this bright idea to go to try that. You know, I most of my production chains, I like to have them filled up to the max when I can. You know, and that's just how my brain works when I have uh when I'm running stuff in the game that has a fill, you know, that can be filled and has a fill limit. I like to always fill things up to the max and then top them off. But the issue is here is the capacity for most of the tanks, if you will, in this facility are all have a max capacity of 2 million liters. So the OCD side of my brain kicked in, of course, and the money that we did have in the bank, I spent that trying to fill all of these tanks, if you will, for each of the ingredients in the mix for the total mix ration production to the max, which is 2 million for each. You know, for the grass, hay, well, mineral feed is 100,000, but all the others are 2 million. So what happened is I expended all my budget, maxing everything out, and that wasn't a real brilliant idea. So I had to walk that back a little bit, and I ended up selling some of the materials back because due to the capacity of this facility, everything doesn't need to be maxed out, and we're growing grass on the farm, so we'll be topping grass off anyways naturally as we do our grass harvest, and the grass feeds some of the other elements of this facility. For example, like as we put grass in there, grass will also be dried and fermented and turned into hay, which also will be used in the total mix ration mix. Once we get around to doing our barley crop on field 2, we'll start having straw on a regular basis, so we'll be able to cycle that in as well. And silage is created in this process as well, because that comes from the grass, from the hay, and from the straw. And water is free, so we don't have to worry about that. There's no reason to be maxing out water. So really the only thing I need to be concerned with spending money on keeping fed is really the mineral feed. But there's no reason why these tanks or fill points, if you will, need to be maxed out. That's my whole point. So I had to walk that back and sell some materials back because I really originally off camera I'd worked on maxing everything out and almost bankrupted the farm trying to get everything maxed out before it hit me like, no, I don't need to be doing all that. On the flip side of that, we're also working on sawmill and getting it to the point where it's exhausting all the wood in its capacity. We're down to I don't know if it's 49,000. Yeah, we're down to 4,901 liters. So the sawmill is almost exhausted. Once this small sawmill exhausts all its supply and is able to produce as much as it produced, we'll go ahead and close it and replace it with the modded sawmill that we talked about last week. That's only $50,000, but has produces more materials and has a faster production rate. And we're going to place that pretty much in the same location as the existing small sawmill, but just a larger sawmill and a more efficient sawmill. All right, so let's take a look at our animals, where we're at with our animals. Looks like we could go ahead and top off the feed for our animals, but I think we're going to wait one more cycle before we do that. So I think this is all we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and advance the day to the next day and move on a little bit before we start working on feeding the animals and all that other stuff that we can do around the farm. And while we're waiting on the game to advance, so far one gripe or complaint I have with the game, a major gripe or complaint for me right now, more than some of the other issues that have been occurring since the game's release. For me, it has been the slow rate at which mods have been released from the mod hub. I can understand, when the team was on holiday during the Christmas break, because they normally take a three week break for holiday in every year. So typically, when the offices close in December, they they're usually very slow about releasing mods for the last few weeks of December of the year. The first couple of weeks at the start of the year in January. But since they've been back in office, they still been extremely slow in releasing mods to the mod hub. They also took away. They used to give us a report uh, with a mods and testing list and the mods that were being number of mods being tested, how many days for kind of expected date of release, how many days it would take for mods that had failed test and were in retesting, and just some general information so we can kind of have some expectations on uh, how quickly or not quickly mods will be coming circulating through the mod hub. But now they stopped putting that list out, and then recently this year they started putting the list back out, except it doesn't list. They removed the portion that had a list of what specific mods were in testing and just gave us. They only now give us the numbers, which is useful but not very useful. In either case, they've been very slow since this year started with releasing mods to the mod hub, and I'd like to see that improve going forward. And then this week, the Giants made a somewhat controversial announcement with the community, and that they announced that they're working on. They will be releasing a farming simulator VR game that's supposed to release, I think, sometime in February this year for the Oculus Rift, and that just got a lot of folks in the community kind of upset because they're still raging about a number of the bugs in the existing game, and they're already talking about working on another version of the game when they haven't even smoothed out a lot of the issues with the existing game. So that just got a lot of folks upset, and I can see both sides of the argument, but so just the whole optics thing there. All right, so we got some wood beams here. Excuse me, some long planks out of the sawmill. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab those, and we're going to put those here on our flatbed trailer. We're going to take a shipment over to a toy manufacturer here and our playground manufacturer here in just a bit. But before I made that trip up there, I just wanted to make sure we had as much wood as we can carry before we make that trip. So I'm just trying to wait until the sawmill had exhausted all its supplies before we made that trip up there and sold our lumber, if you will. All right, so now we can go ahead and feed the animals. So let me hop into one of our tractors here. And let's go ahead and grab a tractor with the least number of hours. And we're soon going to have to rotate our tractors in here because once they get over about 55 hours, you kind of run into the law of diminishing returns where the maintenance costs outweigh your operating costs. So you're just better off just bringing your tractor in and buying a new tractor, so you spend less on maintenance. So we're kind of reaching that point with this one of our two tractors, so we may have to trade this one in and just get another newer version of the same model, or get a different model tractor. We'll look at that in a bit as well. So let's go ahead and we need to grab some chicken feed first. And again, remember, we're only feeding the chickens barley because that's the most efficient, cost efficient, and effective food to give your chickens. So let's go here, fill up our barley. And shortly here, we're going to start farming and growing our own barley, so we don't have to buy barley from the shop in order to keep our chickens fed. We'll start working on that once we roll around on the planting calendar to the appropriate month to start planting our barley. And as you also saw while we were talking, we also have another issue that we need to address now, and that we're maxed out on wool from our sheep, so we're going to have to go ahead and sell some wool. So that should open up some things for us as far as profitability goes as well, once we go load up and sell our wool. All right, so we exhausted our current supply of barley, and we don't have the chickens fully fed, so we're going to buy a little bit of barley here. So we'll buy one trailer load of barley, and that should be enough to keep our chickens fed. So let's go ahead and do that now. Barley, that's already on barley. All right, and that sets us back $6,091. One other production we're going to need to work on too in order to support our animals is we're going to need to get a pig feed production facility going on this farm as well. So that's something else we're probably going to need to invest in at some point down the line in the not too distant future, just to be more efficient. You know, we're taking care of our pigs on the farm. All right. All right, well, we got our chickens fed. We're gonna go ahead and dump our left extra barley back into farm silo. And I think I also talked about in past episodes where I think we're going to replace the existing farm silos that we have with the Omatana multi-root silo that will give us additional storage capacity, and also allow us the flexibility to store a larger variety of crops on the farm as well. So we'll look at that shortly. Also, so I forgot, we need to go ahead and let's look at the chickens real quick. We need to go thought we had lost connection there for a second. All right, so we need to go ahead and get our pig feed. And because I don't have any place to store excess pig feed at the moment, we have to be really careful about over shopping on pig feed, or that's going to lock me out from using this trailer until we have emptied it completely. But I might just accept that loss and just go ahead and move on to getting another trailer and just keep this one exclusively for feeding our pigs, as this model trailer is not super expensive. So let's think about that here. Let's see. Let's go over to the pigs. Right. Next out. Although we got some stuff to sell now, so we're gonna start making some money here in a minute. It's just gotta Got to get these things going and fired up. As you see, the cows are starting to produce a little more manure now, so the manure pits starting to fill up a little bit more faster now. As the cows get older, they will produce more manure, and we'll be able to turn that around into a little bit of profit as well and other materials. For the most part, nothing on this farm will go to waste, no matter what it is. If the animals produce it, we can find something to turn it into to make some money off of, that's for sure. And animal waste can be utilized as a resource for a lot of profits down the line. Alright, so we're locked out with that trailer for right now, as we weren't able to get rid of all the pig food at the moment, so we're going to keep that trailer there for the moment, and we're going to switch to our second trailer and use it for any of the other operations that we need going forward. Next up, we need to grab a little bit of grass so we can feed our sheep. We're going to go ahead and order some grass. Actually, let's do this backwards. We already have grass, so we'll pull it out of here. We already feed grass to the fermenting silo. We just pull it out, feed the sheep, and then store the extra back in the fermenting silo. Fermentation silo. Excuse me. And again, like I was talking about earlier, this the fermentation silo holds over 2 million liters of grass. So even with all these activities that are driven by grass, we won't run out of grass anytime soon, and I don't need to have it filled to the max 2 million liters value for it to be fully operational and functional. And once we get the regular operation and rotation going, we're going to have plenty of grass in here to keep this thing fed and keep all the productions going like they're supposed to be going. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and get our cows fed. And we already have TMR mixer on site over here, so we can just hook up to it and just turn it on, and it'll go ahead and dump out its remaining contents. Alright, I didn't get that. There we go. I was like, I didn't get the dialogue, pop-up dialogue there. So, there we go. Alright, and next up, we'll grab a trailer. And the last material that we need to provide to our animals is straw. And again, whoa, good gosh. Couldn't get the tractor to stop. What was going on there? Pressing the brakes, but the brakes were very late in operating. And that's crash counter +1. So only one crash so far tonight. Don't want to do that too often. Alright, so got that one back. As I was saying, we need to go do straw next. So let's go grab this trailer again, and we're going to fill it up with straw. And we only need to provide straw to the pigs and the cows. And they don't go through a lot of straw, but they do go through enough So let's go ahead and grab some straw, and this is also stored in the fermentation silo. And again, we have a 2 million liter storage capacity. It doesn't need to be maxed out, and there's plenty enough to go around, so we don't have to keep constantly buying it. And once we get our crops rotation going properly, we'll be producing plenty of straw to supply both our animals and our productions. Yeah, I know it's not realistic to keep this gate open like that, but in the interest of playability and replayability and time, I keep that gate open. And people do have cows, chickens at open range, so it's not a total, it's not a completely unrealistic thing. All right, so let's go drop off our excess straw back. Oops, no, calcium. We forgot to provide straw for the pigs as well, so let's walk that back and do that thing as well. So I left enough space where we can come here from the other side and kind of drop a little bit off here. We got enough space, yeah. All right. And the pigs are happy as a pig in mud. And that should take care of all our basic needs for our animals right now. As you can see, pigs forgot about 25,000 liters of slurry. We got to get a production going for the slurry, or we could just sell it outright, but we're probably going to put a storage facility on the farm in a not too distant future for storing the slurry, or either turning it into digestate or something like that in the future. So that's another facility I want to look at. It's probably a slurry production digestion. Well, it's really be a digestate production or a biogas plant in the future as well, because the slurry can be sold outright, or it can be processed into digestate, which can be used as a fertilizer for our crops as well. And it's basically a free fertilizer. All right. Say, all right. But we have our cows are too young to be producing milk right now, so we still don't have any milk production yet. It's all our calves are still have not reached puberty yet, so we don't have any milk. But they are producing slurry, so we do have slurry coming from the cows. Our sheep are producing wool. We also have a few goats in the pen as well, and the goats are producing goat milk, so we do have some goat milk as well. But our animals are basically good to go for right now. And again, we got about 25,000 liters of slurry being produced by the pigs. All right, so next thing we want to do here, looks like we're maxed out on our wool, so we're going to have to go ahead and sell some wool. So I don't want to move my I'm about to call it a low rider flatbed trailer just yet. So all right, and there we get another warning about the wool. So let's see here. We go ahead and move some of the wool pallets. Let's go ahead and repair this trailer, and I'm going to customize it to a bale trailer, like so. Then we're going to go ahead and do that. Figure that to a bale trailer, and we're going to load our wool pallets onto this trailer. so that we can make some space for more wool pallets to spawn. Let's come over here and get that cleared out now. And then we're going to go ahead and possibly sell these outright right now, because we don't have any, we don't own any productions yet. We're producing any products with our wool that we are producing. So all we can do right now until we get enough money to purchase a production chain for wool-based products is we could just sell the wool that we have. So we're just going to go ahead and do that for the time being, so we can earn enough money to get in the production business for wool-based products. And if we were playing ultra realistic, of course we'd have a I don't know why my brain keeps going blank. We'd have a I have to show you. We'd be using a skid steer or a forklift to load the pallets on the bale trailer. I'm also pretty, that was not good. I'm also pretty skillful at operating the forklift and doing the skid steer and all that stuff. We're not going to do it now. We may do it down the line at some point in the game. Right now we're just in the interest of time. We just want to get a few things loaded up quickly, and this is just the fastest way to do it. Alright, so that's 4 bales. Squeeze some more in there possibly. Yeah, I think we can do 6. And we might be able to squeeze 6 on there. Let's see if we can tighten this up a little bit. Yeah, I think we can. Alright, so let's go grab 2 more. Alright, now where are we? So we're going to try to see, squeeze 2 more pallets on the back end here. I think we can. I think we can. Try to stack this up as tight as possible, so we, whoops, should have probably strapped them down before I tried to do any other stuff, because that was not a good thing there that I just did. Trying to upset everything that we already have stacked up on here. Let's do this. See, I didn't even know I was still holding that one. Let's back that up. Alright, bring that piece over. That one. That one. Sure they're on. They're strapped. All right. And now we should be able to get this last one on there some kind of way. There we go. Strap that one on. All right, we got 3 more. We can kind of squeeze them on there some kind of way. Let's see if we can go a little higher. See, I can't climb up there anyway, can I? Nope. But we have a means to an end. Alright, so we are going to be able to stack those out, but I just gotta actually do that in a more proper way to get that to work. So let me try to bring this out to an area where I have more operating space for that. Let's go ahead and grab these other 2 pallets. We'll bring those out here as well. And I'll show you how we're going to manage the rest of this process. And you actually get to see some of my pallet handling skills in action. I just won't be doing it with the correct proper piece of equipment. All right, let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and grab that one off. And here's what we'll do and how we'll do it. Let's go ahead and hop into our telehandler over here. We do have pallet forks over here. Where did we sell those? We did sell those back to the shop. Normally what we're about to do here with pallet forks would be this particular set of bell spikes we have has a special ability in that they have invisible straps, and we're going to use these bell spikes with the straps, with the invisible straps, just as we would a pallet fork with straps to put these pallets onto this trailer. Let's go ahead and do that now. Put that one in position. And I like that positioning. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. Right about there. Just a little bit right about there. Alright, we strap that down. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get the next pallet. go. Oh. Alright, this last pallet, we'll go ahead and get it stored up here. We'll be ready to sell once we get it all, everything all loaded up on deck, if you will. Uh-oh, don't want to turn the whole thing over. Thank goodness everything's strapped. This could be very tumultuous. Alright, close enough. So that strap. Alright, so there we go. We got it under control. And probably should have did this earlier, but let's go ahead and look at the prices screen and see what we have as our options for where we want to sell these bales at. So let's go ahead and bring that up that menu up. Excuse me. Let's go here to prices. We're going to scroll down in this menu till we get to the wool section. And let's see what we're working with. Where are our wool prices? All right, and wool. So we tab over here to this other section with our sale points, and with our buy and sell points. And you can see sale points. We got 3 sale points for the wool currently active on this map. Got the farmers market. We got the rope maker and the spinnery. Right now, the rope maker is giving us the best price. It looks like 1,688. So set that as the sale point. As you see, April is typically the best month to sell and get the best price on wool. So that's only a couple months away. We could hold on to these and wait until then to sell, but we need cash now, so we're going to go ahead and sell these now. I think it's going to make a significant difference in selling now versus selling in April overall. As you can see from the graph, we're in January, February. We're in February, so we're in a lower price point. Maybe might be beneficial to sell, because if we're going by this graph at 1,300 to 2,100, we're kind of at 1,600. It maxed out at over $2,000. We're just at a hair over 1,600 now. So there's another. I'm not a math guy, but is that another 10% or more higher per bale? So I'm trying to process in my head how much money that would be. Got a trail load of 6. No, we got 2, 4, 6, 9. So, I'll still go ahead and sell now. All right, so the sell point is the rope maker. And where is he at on the map in relation to our current position? He is here. So let's see if we can get our AI worker to do his thing here and kind of automate this process. With some of this stuff, it's all trial and error. Let's see if he can facilitate this one. All right, we're only getting the go-to options, so I guess we can't create a job to sell these wool pallets. Yeah, well, let me try it again. Create job. No, it's just giving me go-to. All right. Oh well, it's just a thought that counts. All right, so we're gonna see if it will play nice with us trying to give it a go-to instruction. And the last update was supposed to also have was supposed to have made some improvements to the in-game AI driver systems, and I guess it's just the in-game AI systems in general. So that's well, the jury's still out on that one for me. I use the AI drivers extensively, but I had in my off-camera stuff, I hadn't done a whole lot yet where I had to use them. So I don't have a full opinion on if the performance of the AI drivers has been improved yet since versus how it was before the patch. Um, I'd say, I guess my opinion right now would be so far so good. I haven't seen anything crazy. I have seen, but I guess what I would say though is I have seen them more often than not where the drivers will tell you that they can't complete the route more often now. So I don't know if by improvement that's what they meant, is like now when you try to plot a route that they can't even do, they won't even attempt to do it now, if that's their version of improvement to the AI or not. I have had more difficulty with instructing the AI drivers to those specific routes, or to tell me that that it can plot that route for whatever reason. But generally speaking, I find that giving the AI drivers instructions to basically go to instructions on the map, it works better when it's just a short distance. But they still seem to have issues with any routes involving a lot of different nodes, and definitely any routes involving bridges. And they still have trouble driving to following any kind of go-to instructions when they're pulling equipment, articulated equipment like certain articulated trailers or vehicles that have what do you call it, crab steering elements and stuff like that. And I notice still a lot of issues there. And I haven't seen whether or not, because the other issue that we were having, at least that I was running into a lot of pre-patches, I would send a vehicle on a go-to instruction, and it would sometimes get stuck on a corner trying to make a turn, get stuck on the edge of a building because the buildings are too close to the road. I think that's more an issue with the game design of the buildings and the AI drivers, because they do have some cases where things like these edges of the bridge there, that's too close to the side of the road. I can see why the AI drivers may sometimes have trouble with stuff like that. 'Cause in the real world, that stuff still wouldn't be that close to the edge. The same thing with why they're blocking these signs sometimes as they go to make their turns. The signs are on the side of the road, but they're usually further off to where when articulated vehicles need to make a turn, they don't flip the signs. They have to make a tighter turn, which in the real world, most of the signs are placed so that they won't be clipped by large trucks or tractor trailers or things like that. And that's the reason why the signs are placed where they are. on the sides of certain roads, or on the sides of roads in general. But so far so good. He's taking a bit of a shortcut here, but he still hasn't been interrupted. He hasn't ran into any AI drivers, although I think I turned the traffic off again because of some issue that I was having off camera. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I turned them off. Yeah, they still have the AI drivers do still have issues with AI traffic, but I can understand that too because the AI traffic is still incredibly unintelligent. There's a sale point. And in the future, we're gonna need rope for the playground maker hall project. That we actually currently need it, but I don't own this production facility, and I don't have enough money to get into it yet. So at some point down the line, we will have to buy this facility so that we can get the rope that's needed for that project. But for right now, we're just selling. But I'll probably have to wait the decision at some point in the not too distant future as to maybe buying the rope that's needed for that project just outright and paying some extra cash for it, or what was the other thing? I had it on the tip of my brain and I just lost that thought just that quickly. But basically, your two choices are actually buying the materials from the raw materials shop in town, or going all the way in and buying a production facility. But I only need a very specific amount of rope, so I don't know if investing in a facility would be worth it at this point in the game. Furthermore, we don't have the money to get into it now anyways, but still future I gotta be thinking ahead, thinking about what production we want to jump into next. And like I was saying earlier, right now I'm definitely thinking about something that supports our pigs in a better fashion and gives us some pig feed. Back while we're waiting on this guy to make his way back to the farm, now would be a great time to jump back over to the farm. I didn't know I left you running. Actually, we can still move you out of the way. We don't need you anymore. It's going to get you out of the way. We'll keep the low loader right where it's at until we have exhausted all our lumber and log supply before we put this material to the toy maker and to the playground maker and sell it in support of those projects. All right. Did I even take any PK contracts this week? This month, I should say. We got a sewing contract. Anyway, it's $2,000. You spend that more. A significant chunk of that just buying the seeds to fill the seeder. So where do we want to go next? And we didn't get a ton of money for that wool we sold, did we? No, we did not. because we're still sitting at 254,000. That's disappointing. So how much did we get for that wool? Because I don't like we almost feels like we lost money. I don't know. Let's see finances. Let's show sold wool. Oh, I guess we got $15,218 off of it. So I guess we did make a little bit of money. I thought it would be more than that, but yeah, excuse me, that's where we're at. And see now here's a good look where you can kind of see the HDR graphics and stuff, and this looks good to me, man. I'm sorry, this guy's saying this is a reskin Farming Simulator 22. I think those folks are being disingenuous in my opinion. Also be a product of the device you're playing the game on, and that would be my hunch. Because if you're expecting 4K results from a 1080p monitor, that's not going to happen. I guess I forgot to turn on the beacons as well, but the AI workers for that, whatever reason, don't drive with their beacons on. Oh, excuse me. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so we're back on the main farm. We delivered our wool. Probably be a good idea to go and perform some maintenance on our equipment. Yeah, I think it might now be time to go ahead and look at, like I said, considering going ahead and selling this tractor. Right now, we're actually going to go ahead. Yeah, it's $1,700. That's repairs. Nice, the trailer's up in hours too. All right, so let's go ahead and put all these things under consideration for sale. Here we're going to sell the tractor. We might want to hold off on refueling momentarily in order to sell it. And so what I want to do now, we're going to go ahead and send this bad boy to, let me see, is there a way to sort this chart? Working hours. Yeah, okay, working hours, and then A gives a descending sort. So the Great Plains solid stand. Scroll. Okay. So we have our planter has the most working hours on it right now. Then comes in second is this tractor. And then one of our trailers. Everything else is okay. So we do have 3 things we want to look at, probably rotating through and get versions of it. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and grab you. I'm going to cycle through these items right now. I didn't even know that our planner had that much time on it. So let's go ahead and get that dealt with now. In fact, let's unload. And let's handle our business. So we're going to do this the quicker way. No, I could show y'all with me driving the equipment to the shop, but you get the idea. Let's skip all that. And because I'm live, I don't have the ability to jump cut. This is the most effective way to do this in the interim anyways. Okay, so we got that, and then let's get this. Let's get my target on it. Set. Okay. So let's see what kind of damage we can do here. We'll start with the trailer. In fact, while we're selling this back, it might also be an opportunity to kind of browse through what we do have in the shop as well. Let's see if I want to continue forward utilizing this particular brand of trailers, or are we now ready to move on to something else? But we're still kind of a small farming operation, so still probably more judicious right now just to use these trailers and sell. Then we'll hop right back into the shop and see what kind of options we have in small trailers. And that's the FarmTech EDK 650 is what we currently have, but we have some other options right now. But we would have to spend a good bit more money on it now, because we could be getting a DDK 2400. That's a larger class trailer by the same manufacturer with a larger capacity clearly a larger capacity, but that's a pin hitch trailer. I think that is. Then we also have the Rudolph brand of trailers, but those are up in the 30,000 range, and right now the EDK is only $6,000. Let's kind of drop down to the modded versions. I don't know what's the difference between the modded version of that trailer and the regular version. I'm not sure. We also have the Strawman trailers. Their capacity, they're at a reasonable price range. They're a little bit more than the EDKs. Max capacity is 12,000 liters versus the EDKs, which max is 8,000 liters. Sure, that might be something to think about. And I'm very 4,000. But the 8,000 liter version of the 12,000 liter version of the trailer, I should say, puts your price point at 13,000, which is almost twice the price of the farm tech trailers. But that would give us some options on the trailers and have us with a larger trailer size when we need it, larger capacity trailer. But we can always buy, since it's adjustable, we can always buy that later. Right now, the EDK that we have is 8, and there's no flexibility with that. But you can get the Strawman at the 9,000 price range, and as we need additional capacity, shop, upgrade it. It's $2,000 for each upgrade. We can go up to 8 or 12, but we can start at 8 just to get in the neighborhood. All right. Yeah, so that will be what we'll do. $500 a color for the cover. We'll keep the colors as they are for now. And let's go ahead and buy that bad boy. Oh, we bought the 8,000 version. Whoops. That was not my intent. All right. So we bought a little bit of an upgrade there. Still ended up spending almost twice what we had originally anyway. No worries. All right, so next up, so I guess we are going to have to dig in the budget a little bit here. We kind of already committed to it. So next up, the planter that I forgot we had. We've kind of outgrown this planter a little bit. So do we really even want to keep it? Or we just want to go ahead and sell it and just lease something when we need a planter? I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and repair, repaint, and then sell. And we'll look at getting another planter down the line when we're ready to buy another one, which shouldn't be too far out because going to our crop calendar, well, yeah, we still got a ways though. We won't be able to plant barley until September, and we're just growing grass otherwise. So we're still a long way out from being able to produce our own straw. Because once we put our barley down and grow our barley and harvest our barley, then we'll be able to start producing our own straw. But we can't even plant barley until September of this year, and then we won't be able to harvest it until June of the subsequent year. So we are a long ways out from growing our own straw, creating our own straw yet. So we won't need a planter on the farm for a while. We'll just be doing grass farming for most of the upcoming year. And the other thing I wanted to kind of point out, and I kind of forgot about it earlier, but looking at the calendar, we wanted to see what the calendar was doing for the rest of the month. And there you can see down the bottom of the screen here on the crop calendar what the weather is looking like going forward. The rest of the day today, as you can see, we're overcast, and then we're going to get sunny by 8 o'clock, and sunny skies otherwise. It looks like on day 2 in the month of February, we're probably looking at getting some more snow. Then you can see in March, partly cloudy, sunshine in March. Then we got rain on day 2 in March, rain in April, so on and so forth. All right. With that being said, here looking at the tractor. Let's go ahead and set the engine, hop out here, and go ahead and repaint this tractor. And then we want to go ahead and sell it. And then let's go in the shop and look at our tractors. And that was a John Deere 7810. I think that falls on the medium tractors. And do we want to keep that same tractor or do we want to diversify now? Because right now, the reason why we had that one is because we're still on a fairly tight budget. But we needed a tractor that offered some flexibility even at our particular budget point right now. Don't see anything yet that I want to jump in. Oh, what was that one? No, that Massey won't do it for me right now. Vent barrios that we have, 135. We're not trying to spend that much right now, so we want to keep it in the same price range. Front loader adapter, Michelin tires, and 69. I thought this thing had engine options. It didn't have any engine options. Mm-hmm. 305. Yeah, we'll keep it in this family for now. Just keeping in mind that we will be upgrading our tractors in the not too distant future to something with a little bit more horsepower. And we want to have at least one tractor in each class, one small, one medium, and one large eventually. All right, make sure wheel set standard, wheel weights. What else do we have on there? Because I think those are wide tires. We don't need wide tires, narrow tires. We don't need. We could always purchase that option down the line. So just wheel weights is fine, and the front loader adapter. Bye. All right. So here we are, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. A little less money than we started with when we came in here, a little less equipment, but we've made some improvements on the farm. And we've made some improvements with our equipment that we own. The price of progress is painful sometimes. All right. Next stop is the main farm because we still got some things to get done here. And there's some other stuff I want to look at, but let's go ahead and get our equipment back on the yard before we get to that next thing. I'm going to go back and look at that vehicle screen real quick and make sure we tab up, sort our working hours. The low end to the high end, make sure this doesn't really sort very well, does it? Because I'm looking now, there's some stuff with higher working hours, so we still got our next piece of equipment with the highest working hours is the telehandler, but I don't see an option to sort. Let me see if you know that kicks you right on out of there. How do I know I'm in the menu? Okay. Now if I press no. So I guess A is the only key you would use for sorting once you're in that menu. And you can flip between ascending and descending age. $24 months. Yeah, that. So the age is less relative to the working hours, and that's the thing I want to be looking at is the working hours too. All right, so let's see what we got next. All right, equipment has arrived. All right, one thing I want to look at here, and let's go ahead and go into the buy menu now. those Omatana silos that I was talking about. Let's go into silos and see what we're looking at as far as cost with those silos. So these are the silos here that I'm looking at, and they are the wood silos. We got one with columns, one without. So that placement of that is 30 grand. Make sure that it doesn't. We want to get the no share version because we don't want this storage mixing with storage from other nearby silos. And this has a capacity of 10 million liters, and it stores a large variety of materials underground. So with a portion of it sticking up above ground, but most of it appears underground. That's 30 grand. So if we were to over here and sell our existing farm silos, how much cash will we get for these? If we do demolition mode and go remove, it won't give me a number as to how much money we'll get back if we sell them. It's gonna set me back 30 grand. It's time though. What we're gonna do, let's go ahead and unload our barley and just go ahead and do that upgrade real quick as well. We only got a little bit of cash, but we need to move some things around so we could have more flexibility on the yard right now. So let's go ahead and pull all that barley out of our silos. So then we'll go back into the build menu, and we want to do enter demolition mode. And remove. Okay, yeah, so we get 36 for it. And let's say yes. So that means we can get our money right back, but get a better silo on the farm. So, boom. So we will say we want to place this item and make sure we got enough clearance from the other existing silos that we already have, while also leaving us enough room so that it doesn't negatively impact our our sawmill. Okay, and do we have options here? What are our options? We can hit the right joystick, and we have customize options. We can customize our colors. So let's do A to change our colors. And we go from the list. We don't have any favorites yet because we haven't done any custom colors or anything. Let's see. I'm gonna do. Yeah, I like the red, so we'll keep that. Alright, so we'll just go with the default color. That's cool. Alright, so we got that set, and that's our only other option. But we do want to place it out far enough so we can drive through without having a bunch of issues driving through. So let's bring you out a little bit. Drop you right there. Alright. Beautiful thing. Now we can go in here and go to our farm silo and put our barley back in. And now we can go back and let's check this silo out to see what it can do. And your storage options are as follows. So we're just going to kind of tab through them. I'm not going to announce everything that you have as an option here, but you can see almost all of your solid materials can be stored in here. All of your different crop types, and also a few other different types of solid materials, including stones, mineral feed, olives, lime, grapes, road salt, even chaff, seeds, solid fertilizer, snow, forage, pig food, which was the one I was looking for, and of course your TMR and others. Just about ready to wrap it up for today. Let's go ahead and park our trailer. And go grab the other trailer with the pig feed in it, because we don't have to keep it at the pig pen location, because then we can now unload it into our silo once we finish feeding the pigs. We can store our leftovers now, because we have a silo that allows us to do that on the farm. All right, there we go. So there's our latest lumber pallet, and that's just about do it for today, folks. And it's been a busy day. We got a lot of stuff accomplished this episode. So we're moving along. Hopefully next week Giants just pick up the pace on releasing these mods so we can go ahead and go full steam ahead and getting our farm remodeled in the way I want it to, the way I want it to look. I'm still waiting on this one particular building from ICUS Modding. I was on their Facebook page today and did confirm that building I'm waiting for is still in testing with Giants. So hopefully it will be released sometime soon. Again, I'm trying to hold up as much as I can before I do any major remodeling to some of the buildings on this farm, but I'm running out of time and patience. Let's see here what we got. Go ahead and put the seed pallet over here with the rest of them. We could store all this stuff too, though. Actually, we don't have to have the pallets out because I think we can actually store the seeds in the silo. That we can. What we're looking like? What time? 9:40. Let's go ahead and test that. Because I oftentimes keep forgetting that we have. Realize that was attached. Going to jump on out of here. Let's do a proof of concept on this whole storage thing. That would definitely save us some time and effort in the future if such is the case. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. So there you have it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and move some of these materials around, and we'll have them stored for when we need them. Just for future reference. No, as a note to self, is that we have seeds and fertilizer stored in our farm silos, so we don't need to go buy any more of these materials at the moment. Now the only other tricky thing now is if you can possibly speed this process up by stacking a couple of these things, or being all fancy with our spikes and whatnot. Seeing if we can kind of trick it into carrying more than it's supposed to carry. I think we can do that by 6. There it is. All right, let's go. Drop them seeds. Drop them seeds. Alright. Got them both. Book it. Alright. A few more seed fertilizer pallets to grab over here, and then we'll be out of there. Out of here. It's just taking us closer to, also taking us closer to the close of tonight's episode. This might be just about close to when we're gonna wrap it up. We got about another 15 minutes. Let's see how much I can go in these last 15 minutes or so. I'll probably do a little bit of overtime since we had a little bit of a delayed start due to my audio issues I was experiencing. I think it was probably about 3 or 4 by the time we actually got out to the actual start, and I started at the top of the hour. Try to see if I can get all 3 of these bad boys on there. Oh, there's a light. It actually has a collision. Go figure. I want to say thank you, Giants. And I'm going to try to go for 3. I'm going to press my luck. Can he do it? Can he? Trifecta. Like the one on the top is kind of dancing around, and we're all kind of dancing around. Oh, because we have a low ceiling. Oh. Can he do it? He can. And we're not exceeding weight limits, so we're not tipping either. And there we go. Drop them on down. Boom. And there it is. I love it when a plan comes together. And that's all I got for today over here. Our grass fields don't really require a lot, but still we'll step over here and take a peek. Having to make sure we don't have anything weird going on with our grass. Yield bonus is only 97. That's the only thing what we could do to kind of bump that up a little bit, but that's not critical that we need bonus yield per se on the grass, because we are maximizing the number of times a year we harvest it. So and the long-term picture, we're going to get more over the course of the year anyway. So all that, those additional percentages are negligible. Oh, I can't say that word right now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep. I don't know why I can't say that word. Negligible? Negligible? Yeah, negligible. Certain words I have trouble with, and others I don't. All right, let's see. Take a peek at the animals. Should be happy. We topped them off, and don't have to do anything with them every month. But we just do want to keep an eye on them to make sure there's or isn't some crazy stuff that we might miss. As you can see, the pigs, see the different breeds reproduce at different rates too, huh? And why some say reproduction and then others say puberty. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, okay, the larger ones say, oh, we've already had some piglets, so that's why. Alrighty then, I didn't catch that. Alright, so a pig population is already doubling. Haha. Alright. I thought we only had 3 different types of pigs in the game. I thought we had more than that. Let me curious now. So let me take a look at something real quick here before we jump into something else. Open up the ammo dialogue from the pigsty. Oh, so we only got 3 different types of pigs. That's interesting. All right. Look at our contracts. We got some couple things that pop up, but nothing too serious. Still only planting contracts. We got one for planting cotton. I don't think I've used that particular planter before. And still got the one for on 32 for also planting cotton. Huh, that's interesting. 2 different types of planters for planting cotton. We could step through those contracts. Wood, sawmill is almost out of wood. Still churning along, though it has 15% of the lumber inside left. But we want them to work all the way through everything in there though before we replace that sawmill. It looks like that's going to happen off camera, as the sawmill's still hanging on. I was hoping we can get that knocked out on camera, but it does not look like it's going to be the case. As you can see, we got some snowflakes falling, so we do have a little snowfall. It's pretty light at the moment, but it's forecast to be heavier, but we'll see. But if you recall, when I looked at the prices screen, we'll flip back up again. Excuse me, the crop calendar. You can see that snowfall is anticipated today. It looks like more precipitation happening around noon today. Let's see what we're looking like on time. 51. I guess in the interest of adventure and excitement, we're gonna go ahead and sell the materials that we have to the particular capital projects, and that'll be where we close it out today, because that might help with our operating budget right now on the farm. So let's go ahead and set destination, and we'll kind of I forget where we at. No. We want to go here, right? Well, that's not. Oh, that's our stuff. We're here. This is where the project's at. Okay, so we want to go set destination, and I know the game doesn't like nodes that have different splits like this one right here. Because if I tell it to go here, watch what happens. It's gonna tell me it's unreachable. Yep. Now if I do that same set destination and I tell it to go right outside that loop, I don't think it's gonna fuss, but let's see. Yep, see, and that's the thing. So I'm gonna take that, send this guy on its way, and we're gonna sell our lumber and see what kind of money we can make on these lumber sales, and that's probably where we're gonna wrap it up tonight. But we're just gonna tag along with our AI driver just to make sure there's no AI shenanigans en route. And this is what it looks like from in the cab. As you see, the cabs are beautifully fully articulated. I don't know if your pedals move, but your gauges are articulated and they're actually moving. You see the miles per hour, and they match what's actually happened. Well, no, they don't exactly match, do they? But but the gauges are animated nevertheless, so they are moving. Oh, that's kilometers per hour, so it is articulated. It's just in kilometers per hour versus miles per hour. So yeah, there's that. So that's sweet. And you can see what's going on in the mirrors. The mirrors actually work. All right, so we reached our destination, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we're gonna do some sales, and this might be where we're at least gonna wrap up the live stream portion of tonight's activities. We are going to continue to move things along off camera, and we'll just have to get you up to speed. And when we jump back in, what does this thing need? Materials missing planks, long planks, but no numbers. So let's start. This is wood beam. So nobody needs wood beams in particular, so we'll just take these over here and sell them. And we got $6,000, $6,167 for dropping wood beams off over here. Although wood beams are required over here, so that's not a waste at all. All right. And over on this side, we need planks and long planks, so let's grab some planks and drop them off and see what it tells me. Playground maker is not telling me what is needed for the next step, so I'm not sure. So it's split between the two until I can get some actual numbers. Alright, there's your long planks. Okay, that says, but at least we know what we need for the playground project. It needs to just give me accurate numbers on that. I don't know about the, actually, let me see if we can look here on the production chain screen and it give me some better information there. All right, so if we go down here, dealer shop, spin rate, playground maker hall. Okay, toy tractor, here we go. Recipe for the toy tractor is 8,400 planks, 2016 long planks. So I don't know what we're short versus the 8,000 on this side or not. Let's just go ahead and drop them off because we get paid either way. So we'll just go ahead and drop off all the planks that we got and see if that is enough to get the toy tractor manufacturer moving. We don't need to dump much in the playground right now because until we get rope, for the most part, there's nothing moving anyways. So we need about 3,000 long planks, about 9,000, 10,000 wood beam, and 12,000 rope. And we're just gonna probably have to buy the rope outright, I'm thinking at this point. So we don't want to hold up that project while we're waiting to get into the rope production business, especially if that might not per se be anything we want to do, or it's particularly cost effective. I don't know how much it would cost us to buy the 12,000 rope, but we could go look at that. And let me go. Let's do that while we have it on the brain. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and send this one home. Set destination, and should be able to send you back to the main farm without you doing too much belly aching. All right, and while the AI driver is doing that little song and dance, let's go over here and see how much it would cost us to purchase. Now, we could purchase from the lumber company, but we want to go to the warehouse because that's where we buy our materials from. So let's open our pallet shop, and if we were to buy the required 12,000 rope, what would that set us back at? Let's see. Yeah, I don't even know if we can buy that much rope at one time. We can only buy up to 10,000 rope, and it would cost us at current prices just 130,000 to get 10,000, and then you need that, so you need 130 plus the additional 2, so you're looking at almost 160,000 for the rope if we just buy it outright. All right, so we're not ready for that in our operating budget yet. Okay, and our worker went stupid on us, so let's help him out a little bit here. And he was almost home too. He was blocked by an object, and the object just happened to be himself. You can't make this stuff up sometimes. All right, boom. Oh, my honey, I'm home. All right, so there's that. We'll go ahead and shut that engine down. We're not ready to buy the rope yet for the playground project. We've looked at it. We've reviewed our animals. We don't need to buy anything for them yet. We don't need to feed them. We don't have any materials being produced by the animals that are ready for sale yet. I haven't been closely monitoring our manure to see how quickly this is progressing, but it is progressing, I believe, at least from what I see visually. Good there. Got some more wool dropping in. Got your goat milk. Do we want to sell goat milk maybe? Let me see on our prices menu. What is goat milk selling for, and what is the best time to sell goat milk? Let's go look. Goat milk bottle, and we just got the raw If we sell the raw goat milk, it sells best in September. Right now we're in the month of January, February, so the prices are pretty high. We could sell it. Month fruit grind station sale. The only sell point we have for milk is the dairy, and yeah, because September would be at the peak. It's 5,600. Its current price is 54.82. So we could go sell milk. I think the goat milk. I think we will, and that also gives us an opportunity to kind of get an idea where the actual is for the dairy. So let's go grab our goat milk pallets, and we're going to go on a quick sales mission. And that will be where we wrap it up tonight. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out tonight. You've been tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming, live on Twitch, playing Farming Simulator 25. And we're on the Riverbend Springs map. I'm Bose 831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms. Twitter, I hate to say it sometimes, well, X, formerly known as Twitter. Still got to get my Blue Sky account set up, and we'll start promoting our content over there as well. But otherwise, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. Wherever you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. The only way I can provide the content that you want to see is with your feedback, and that also helps me to get better. Episodes of my Twitch live stream series will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety, if that's where you're running across my content. Same thing applies. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love, let me know what you don't. But now, in case you've been tuned into another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch, Farming Simulator 25, and we are out of here. I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods, or you are part of the world, everyone. Arched.